Season 21 just had its name, release date, and some miniature patch notes that just got released, and I'm very excited about it, but of course fans are upset about one big problem. So firstly, Hypermist had started it off by saying that Season 21 was going to be named Upheaval, and the update was actually added to the servers and scheduled for May the 7th at 10 a.m. PST. Now, this is nothing out of the ordinary. They always do on a Tuesday and at 1 p.m. Eastern, and of course, this is the exact same time as normal. They also released their official trailer of Ultra today, which we had already known. Unfortunately, this got leaked out. I say unfortunately, but a lot of us like to enjoy stuff like this early. However, we know Ultra is quite the beast, and if you haven't seen our abilities already, we talked about them yesterday, but putting portals through walls and floors and also creating like regroup points for our teammates and stuff with these portals, it's going to be a streamer legend like no tomorrow. I think everybody's gonna want to play Ultra. She seems like a very fun legend to play. Also, being a skirmisher, it should be no surprise. But if you haven't seen this trailer already, we'll play it in the background for you as well. Things got very interesting when Oz had posted some of these patch notes that we could look forward to in this next update. Now, this was not the full list, but it was a miniature version of some of the weapon changes that we could look forward to. He even said, here are some Season 21 weapon changes, but there may be more. But this is what was given. So firstly, the Devotion would be moved to the care package, and it would now have the turbocharger. The increased magazine size would be to 54, and it would also have reversed hip fire spread. The longer it is fired from the hip, the less bullets spread, similar to Rampart's Sheila as well. Now, this one is crazy because the Devotion, of course, has always been one of the best guns in the game whenever it is fully loaded, and the Devotion could be a devastating care package weapon. I'm very excited to see how this one goes. Now, big change right here. Wingman will be removed from the care package and also remove the sniper mag. So this is kind of a balance slash, also nerf, I guess, at the same time. Very interested to see how this one plays out, but I know a lot of people love the Wingman, and it's just a gun to really have fun with in the mid game and also in the beginning of the game. But if you don't have a sniper mag, it could be pretty hard to use at the end game. So very interested to see how this one falls into play as well. We have not seen a longbow DMR meta in quite some time. It's always been pretty usable, but it's never been like amazing. And honestly, and since Season 2, I don't think we've ever been anywhere near that type of a longbow. And they also removed the barrel stabilizers for it, but they also reduced the recoil, similar to having a level 3 barrel stabilizer equipped. So it's kind of like the barrel stabilizer got removed, but they already installed the barrel stabilizer stats into the gun. So I don't really see this gun getting that much better than what it already is. It just kind of is going to stabilize itself out. Unfortunately, you're also getting some changes with some of the hop-ups. Boosted loader will now be added and compatible with the Hemlock, Wingman, and Triple Take. Then the Skull Piercer is freaking removed. The Skull Piercer's gone. So Wingman is just getting double whammy nerf. Honestly, triple nerfed at this point. Removed from the care package, remove the mags and the Skull Piercer. According to these, the turbocharger would still be on the ground loot. Of course, the Devotion would be in the care package already having the turbocharger, but there'd still be a Havoc on the ground for you to equip the turbocharger as well. So these are some of the changes that Oz had put out. Very interested to see if you like these gun changes. I would imagine there's got to be more, and I'm very interested to see what actually goes on in the future. Some other changes that are interesting. You guys may remember not long ago we had talked about how Respawn had made it known that they were actually working on a new dropship idea specifically for the competitive side of the game, but I've always been under the assumption that whatever is going into the competitive side eventually would probably come into the ranked side of the game, and of course that applies to all of us. Well, someone had a good idea, considering a lot of pros did not like the POI change they were trying to do, getting rid of the dropship and just having people draft the POI that they wanted to land at, right? It's a cool idea, I guess, but the problem is a lot of people feel like they want a good and better POI, therefore they're willing to fight for it, they're willing to contest for it, and they do not want to have these issues come about. So another idea that fans actually voted on with 3.3 thousand votes, 63% of people said they would like to see legend bans per match and no repeat bans. Now, at the beginning of time, we talked about this, but this wasn't even practical, right? You have 20 teams inside of the game and only 8 legends at the time, and then it was 12 and 15, whatever. It just wasn't enough. Who are you going to allow ban? Who's not going to get a ban? How do you even determine that inside of a ranked match? And then at the end of the day, if you allow everybody to ban, there's no legends left. Well, now we have more than enough legends to actually do this, and you'll only be left with like a few handful legends. And so I think this would be a really fun idea if you did a draft through all 20 teams to allow them to ban one specific legend, and you would have some really weird, inconsistent, funky games going inside of comp, and honestly even your ranked play as well. I do not think this is something that would ever need to come to public matches, but I think it's interesting that fans actually voted on this with a quite big majority lead. So interested to see if you guys agree with that change idea as well. Of course, fans are not happy about some of the other things going on inside side of the game right now. Some of the problems we've been making mention of over the last couple of days are getting even worse. Burno had posted that all top 10 people on his leaderboard are now cheaters. This is the most Apex thing ever. That is a really embarrassing stat. Of course, we've noticed that there was one or two, maybe the top guy was a cheater, but now the entire top 10 is no longer your favorite streamer. It's no longer the biggest grinder. It is literally all infested with cheaters, and there has not been one single official statement come out yet from Apex, and this is embarrassing if we're going to do this, right? If we're not going to even talk about it, how can you release new content? How can you release new trailers? How can you talk about changes if you're not going to talk about the game being overran by cheaters and there's nothing being done about it at all? Really sucks to see. And all top 10 people, that really is unfortunate. Also, fans are not happy about this. Take a look at this item in the store, right? Golden Week, which is officially started, and these 20 packs and 3 stickers, they think that this is actually worth 6,000 Apex coins. And someone on Reddit almost had like 1,000 upvotes on this, saying who the F is coming up with these prices? These should be like $4 to $6 at tops for all 20 of them, and not $60. Lay off the crack pipe, please, EA. And honestly, I think they make a fair point. These are definitely not worth $6,000, and the fact that they are trying to market it as that is wild. The sad part is someone out there is probably buying this and spending their money on it. It's crazy to think that they're actually looking for that much more of a price up on this. If it makes it any better, I do think this new Catalyst Battle Pass skin is kind of cool and quite a mixture of the Voidwalker skin as well. But at the end of the day, this stuff does not save Apex, and we've got a lot to look forward to and a lot to worry about at the same time. Hopefully they can merge these things together. Hopefully they can bridge these gaps, because I don't want the content to be spoiled. I don't want the new changes to be spoiled. I don't want the good stuff to be ruined and outweighed by the bad stuff that we have going on right now. And honestly, at the end of the day, we know as Apex fans that they're not going to really fix anything overnight. We just want communication. We just want a statement from Respawn. What are you doing to fix this? What are you doing to make this better? How are we actually progressing? Or do you just want us to blindly accept that every word you say is true and that things are just going to miraculously get better at some point in time? Look, I've been catching a lot of flack lately for how overly negative things have been, but I just report the news. And how can I actually say that this is going to save the day, that this is going to change the game, when the truth is fans are actually consistently aggravated? Yes, there are some things to make mention of, and I give props whenever they do good things, but I do think it's worth mentioning that this is not how the fans feel. They're not excited as Respawn is. They're not excited and hype like the developers are, right? Of course, they're going to be super excited, but the fans have aggravations. The fans have concerns, and they want those things to be voiced. So I try to make sure I'm always being legit rather than just pushing a narrative. So interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Of course, you guys know I'm working while I'm at Disney as well. Here are some pictures. We had a great time yesterday. My daughter loved it, and I still got to be involved. So let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below about all the topics in today's video. And until the next time, we will see you all later, Gators.